Hello again, everybody. It's going to be your math time. This is the Wednesday math video this week, or if you're watching whenever, that's cool. I'm going to go back over what you had for assigned for Tuesday work, which was page 377, numbers 7 through 14. We are working on adding and subtracting fractions that have unlike denominators by first using equivalent fractions to make a common denominator, adding or subtracting those fractions once we've got that, and then of course at the end checking to see that they're in simplest form. Okay, hopefully you got these done yesterday. If you got a little tripped up and you're just waiting to watch and see and go over them with us, that's cool too. But here we are going to go through the numbers 7 through 14 on page 377. And what I've got already is I've got the fractions kind of made up with the common denominators we can use. Now again, there are a couple where you may have found a smaller common denominator, and that's great. But just to save us a little bit of time, I kind of set these up ahead of time with the denominators. So we're going to fill in the numerators that make the equivalent fractions, and then do the adding or subtracting, and then check for simplest form. Okay. Our first ones, we've got 1/3 plus 4/18. In this case, 18 is a common denominator, and that's nice because then we can keep 4/18 as a 4/18. Oh, 5, 4. And we'll put that there. Then we just have to think about the 1/3. Now again, 1/3 to go from 3 to 18, I multiply by 6. So I have to do the same to the top. 1 times 6, of course, is 6. And there we go. And then we can just go ahead and add these up. 6 plus 4, hey, we know what that is. That's 10. Then we have to check and see, all right, so this is my answer, but we might need to make an equivalent fraction with a smaller or simpler form by dividing by a common number that we can do. So 10 and 18, again, both even numbers. So it's always good to start off with that. And that means what can we do with even numbers? We can always divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to do that here. And then again, it's always good to keep checking, but let's go ahead and see. If I take 10 divided by 2 would be 5. 18 divided by 2 would be 9. Now, if I look at this, I can't divide these both by any common amount or the same amount for each. So this is going to be my answer here. 5/9 is our final answer in simplest form. Okay, so there we go. Off to a good start. The next one is 3/5 plus 1/3 for number 8 here. Number in common we can do, in this case, just multiplying the two denominators would give us the common denominator that's the least common denominator, and that's going to be 15. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through and talk about how we can make equivalent fractions for each of these with 15 as the denominator, which will then allow us to add the numerators. 3/5 into 15s, 5 times 3 would make 15, so I have to do the same to the numerator. So 3 times 3 would be 9, and I'll move it there. And the same thing here for 1/3. To get from thirds to 15ths, I would have to multiply by 5. 1 times 5, of course, is 5. And then it looks like we're ready to add. So again, now with the reason we do that, I've got the same denominator, which I keep the same when I add, and then I just add up the numerators. And 9 plus 5, of course, is 14. In this case, I can't simplify that anymore. That's already in simplest form. So we're going to go with that one. 14/15 is our answer there. No need to fill in the last blank because it's already in simplest form. Okay. All right. Number 9 is one that some of us may have done a little differently than what I've got set up here. Now I can tell you 60 is a common denominator. The way I got that is I just said I'm just going to do 10 times 6, which gives me 60. But it's not the least common denominator. The least common denominator in this case would be 30. And we'll get to see that in just a second, how we can have some equivalent fractions having to do with that. But again, just if you're using the strategy, and I'm sure a lot of us are, where we just multiply the denominators, 10 times 6 would give me a common denominator. That may not always be the least common denominator. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. I'm doing it this way to show those of you that did it this way, you're going to have to take an extra step to get the simplest form. Okay. But this will work. It just maybe sometimes adds an extra step for us. If I go from 3/10 into 60ths, 10 times 6 would give me 60. So then I have to do the same thing. 3 times 6 would give me 18 for my numerator here. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same for 1/6 going into 60. 6 times 10 would give me 60. So then I have to go 1 times 10 would be 10. There as we go. And now we're ready to add our numerators. So we have 18 plus 10 would give me 28/60 as an answer. Now again, is not in simplest form. Now let's go, we're going to have to actually do like a little two-step simplification. If I divide these by 2, it's going to actually give me the answer that some of you may have gotten if you already did 30 for your common denominator. So if I divide each by 2, again, these are even numbers, so I can take 28 divided by 2 would be 14, and 60 divided by 2 would be 30. Now again, this might be what some of you got. If you already started with 30 as your common denominator, that would be what you have. But again, if I look at these are still both even numbers. So that means I can divide by 2 again. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to get to another one. So again, we might find we can divide by something greater than 2. But again, sometimes if we notice they're each divisible by 2 because they're even numbers, that's an easy place to start. But it is still good to keep checking. So this is a simpler form, but not the simplest form. If I divide each of these by 2, again, 14 divided by 2 would be 7. And 30 divided by 2 would be 15. And now this is going to be my simplest form. So in this case, even if you started off with the least common denominator of 30, you would still have to simplify to 7/15 for a final answer, okay? So again, that one takes a little bit of work, but we get there in the end, all right? So there we go. 7/15 is going to be our final answer for that one. So here we're putting together all those skills, common denominators, adding, equivalent fractions, adding them up, simplifying into simplest form, all of that that's a really good problem to walk us through that, okay? All right, one more addition problem here. I'm going to use 18ths as my common denominator for number 10. I got 1/2 plus 4/9. Common denominator I can use here is 18. Let's go ahead and do the equivalent fractions. 1/2, 2 times 9 would make 18. So I have to do 1 times 9, which of course is 9 for my numerator here. And there we got a good start. Then if I go to 4/9, get from 9 to 18, I multiply by 2, so I have to do the same for my numerator. 4 times 2 would be 8. And we go ahead and add up here. 9 plus 8 would be 17/18. And hey, they give us a little break here. Once we do all that, that's going to be simplest form. Okay, so here's your answer there. All right. The next ones we have are going to be to subtract. Okay, so again, shift your mind into subtraction mode, and let's go through those, and then we'll get set up for the rest. Number 11, I'm going to keep it eighths. Okay, my 8 is a common denominator, and that way I can actually keep 3/8, 3/8. Easy start. Okay. And then we've got 1/2 minus 3/8. Now again, now we're going to subtract, okay? But first we got to put this half into eighths. 2 times 4 will give me 8. So then 1 times 4 would give me, of course, 4. And then I'm going to subtract again. Okay, so remember, pay attention to the operations. Now we're going to subtract. We're not going to say 7 because that would be adding. We're going to subtract. 4 minus 3, of course, is 1/8. And that is our simplest form answer too. Okay, so in this case, of course, we can't get much more simpler than 1, and that's what we've got there. Okay, number 12, 5/7 minus 2/3, 21 is our common denominator. So let's talk about again writing out these equivalent fractions here. 5/7, 7 times 3 would make 21. So I got to do the same up top. 5 times 3 is 15. So there's my equivalent fraction there. 5/7 is equal to 21/21. Then we do 2/3 into 21. 3 for my denominator. To get from 3 to 21, I multiply by 7. So I got to do the same thing up top. So 2 times 7 is 14. And again, now we're going to subtract. Okay, so 15 minus 14, of course, is 1. And like we just said, we can't get any simpler than that. So this is our simplest form answer. Again, now just remember we're subtracting. Okay. Number 13, I'm going to go and say use 18 for a common denominator here. If you multiplied these together, you could get 54, but that can get a little yucky. So again, this might be a good example where it's good to start thinking about the least common denominator. We can list out the multiples if we needed to. We'd go from 9 to 18 to 27 to 36. If we list our 6s, we go 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, and then we would realize that 18 is the least common amount, okay? So again, a couple of times we'll start to see problems where it's good to start looking at that in that way, but 18 is the denominator I'm going to use here. Again, you may have used something larger than 18, which is fine. As long as we get to the same final answer, that might mean your simplification at the end of putting it in simplest form looks a little different. But again, we should always get to the same simplest form answer, okay? So let's go ahead and go through this one. To get from 4/9 into 18ths, 9 times 2 would make 18, so I have to do the same up top. So 4 times 2 would be 8. And let's go from here. If I'm going from 6 to 18, 6 times 3 would make 18. So 1 times 3 would make 3. And then I'm going to, again, we're subtracting. So just make sure we do that. We'd hate to do all this work and get it all set up and then end up adding by mistake because we got so used to that. So pay attention to the operations. 8 minus 3 is 5. And hey, isn't this nice? Once again, we're already in simplest form. 5 and 18, we can't divide by a common number. So that is in simplest form there. Okay. Last one. This one's ugly, okay? 12 and 15. Sometimes it's hard to think of like what would be the numbers in common. I would say let's go ahead and list out the multiples, okay? If I did that here, I'm going to maybe change colors. And I'm starting with 12s. I might go 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. Again, this is a kind of a good old-fashioned way to do that. And if we go to 15, so we go 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. So again, this is okay to do this here. Just kind of reviewing how we can get there if we can't always think. Sometimes when we're talking about, fourths and sixths, it's easier to think of those numbers in common. But in this case, what we can do is list them out. And here we can see, here's where I got that 60. We have 60 in common, okay? So then we have to just come up with our common denominators for these. Let's do that. We're going to, again, use 60. How do we get from 12 to 60? Again, now we're thinking about numbers we don't always usually think about, so it might take a little work to think, what is that number in common, or how do we get to that common denominator? In this case, if I go 12 times 5, that would give me 60. So then we have to do 11 times 5 for our numerator, which would be 55. Oh, man, yucky, yucky. But we can work through it, and we won't see too many like these, but it is good to practice them every now and then, have a little challenge. Then we go from the next one, 7/15 into 60ths. How do we get from 15 to 60 would be to multiply by 4, okay? And then we got to do the same thing for our numerator. So 7 times 4 would be 28, all right? Oh, man, now 55 minus 28, I'm having a hard time doing that in my head even, but we can go ahead and do off to the side if we need to. If we do 55 minus 28, I believe that's going to give us 27. Let's go ahead and just, you know what, since this one's given us such a trouble here, let's do 55 minus, whoops. 55 minus 27. Yucky, yucky, yucky. I don't like it at all because we got to go back to this stuff. But that's okay. We can work it out. All right, so let's just kind of do this the old-fashioned way. What do you say? Well, we got a minute here. 55, we can't take 5 minus 7, so we're going to make this 4. 15 minus 7 would be 8. 4 minus 2 would be 2. We get to 28/60ths for this. Again, this is a yucky one. We don't see things like this, but it's good to challenge yourself every now and then. 28/60ths is what we get. Then, shoot. Sorry, guys. Then, if we have 28/60ths, we're going to put that into simplest form. Now, if we divide by 2, we would get 14/30ths. But what these actually have in common, if think 28 divided by 4 and 60 divided by 4, I can do for each. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, okay? 28 divided by 4 would be 7. 60 divided by 4 would be 15. And hey, what do you know? We actually have that. Actually, if we did this problem up here, we get the same answer. But, oh, you know what? Shoot. I just made a mistake. My bad, guys. I'm not going to go. Hopefully you guys caught that. I've already gone all the way through this video, so I'm not going to pause and redo it or whatever. But we just said, I just did that all backwards. Shoot, shoot, shoot. All right. Well, hey, don't worry too much about it. But what we just found, I subtracted the wrong number to begin with. But 28, 55 minus 28 is what I should have done, which would give us 27/60ths. And then that's in simplest form. Okay, so that's nice. Golly gee. Well, look at this. You know what? Hey, as we go through this, I'm sure we've all made mistakes. And like I said, I am not immune to mistakes. I definitely can make mistakes along the way. But again, the idea here, that actually is already in simplest form if we actually do the subtraction the right way. So I wasted your time there with those last couple minutes, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you were yelling at your screen, Mr. McComb, you did that wrong. That's okay. Everybody can make mistakes. I can do it myself, especially when we get to these challenge problems, okay? You got some word problems coming up for your last one. Just make sure you skip the ones I told you to. For these, you only have 17, 19, and then on the next page, number 20 and 22. Okay, my next video I'll talk about those. Sorry guys.